So we're in 2022 now. So, like, we've landed in the land that's golden because we've spoken about this year and beyond being that time for the opening. Huge portal is opening. There's no more of that density. We're stepping into that timeline where what you have willed, wished for, worked on is now coming into fruition. So let's talk about sacred travel, because now it is available to you like on a physical plane, and it is time to dive into your sacred contracts in an exponential way. So let's talk Egypt. Let's talk Egypt, April 2022. What if I said to you, if you're an entrepreneur, spiritual entrepreneur, you've had a bit of a business bubbling away, or maybe you don't, and then you've got one inside of you and you can feel that it wants to be birthed, or there's something you just want to crack the nut on and you know that it's time. Well, Egypt 2022 is going to unlock that for you in a big, big, big way. I mean, what if you could enter into some kind of mentorship program? Think about it like this. Think about the best course / mentorship program you could ever enter on. And the teachings came from ancient wisdom, yet it was very much aligned with modern day living, meaning like knowing how to start your business, meaning knowing how to tap into your gifts and skill sets, giving you the real kind of like what I call mystery school classroom teachings on how to awaken and enliven all of this. What if you could go on a 10-day mentorship course, but you're actually attending your course in an Egyptian temple, like for real? Well, that's the Tablets of Light tour. That is what it actually is. So I will be holding classroom sessions in the temples, just like we did way back then. So now, as we move into these energies and the golden age is landing and all this kind of stuff, which is all magical and amazing and wonderful, but it's very much up there. Let's talk about down here, where it's all really happening, which is in the physicality. So now we kind of like our wheels are spinning, borders are opening up. Sacred travel is now possible, and it was always meant to be on this timeline. You weren't supposed to do it last year or the year before because it would have been fruitless, even if you could have got on a plane, whatever. Now the energy is shifted. It's all about timing. So if you feel called to my classroom, where I will assist you and guide you in how to activate your very being through the energy of each of the temples and the gods and goddesses, huge activations, to be able to unlock that ancient wisdom you hold within, which, guess what, can actually power charge, assist and guide you on bringing through your proper business, as in physicality. Yes, in this life, that ancient wisdom is very applicable to that now because it's timeless and it stands the test of times. Those teachings back then never go out of date, and you hold all that wisdom within you. So all we have to do is turn up to the mentorship program, in the classrooms, in the temples, and activate your being into remembering, because this is when it was ordained for it to be done so for your soul. And this is the timing that you've been waiting for. So just on a really exciting level of the trip itself, we have got such a cool bunch of people coming. We got people from Cali, we got people from the Netherlands, Amsterdam, we got people from Cape Town, and every single one of them are so aligned with each other. And do you feel the calling for that? Are you one of that sacred tribe? Because that's what it's all about as well. It's not just about going to the classroom in the sacred temple. You will be attending class with your sacred soul tribe family. And that is what is super, super important, of being able to hear and respond to these callings, and then just giving your sacred yes to this. Don't worry about the finances. Don't worry about the timing of being able to get it off work or whatever, because that's all just null and void. Because that, as soon as you give your sacred yes, it just, and you are in alignment with what your soul has said it's going to do, it will just sort itself out. Let me tell you, many people on the tour have signed not knowing whether it's going to be possible, but as soon as they gave their sacred yes, it just unpacked. So this is a very, very powerful time and an exciting time. I mean, we have a retreat that, the Bodhikaya retreat, which we're holding in 2 weeks' time. I didn't even look at that. I didn't even have a chance to advertise it, but it sold out at 22 people. So 22. So, I mean, if you can't like look at that and go, well, Jesus has taken the wheel, I mean, that's what's going to happen for you too. So all that is required is your sacred yes. And all that is required is basically, just you turning up and pitching up and going, yes, that's mine. Because the soul knows that it has everything. The ego wants, lacks, needs to pull things in because it thinks you don't have it, and it's all about separation. Get out of the ego, get into your heart energy, because that's where your soul speaks. And your soul knows that everything that you need, you have already. So rather vibe with that, and now all you have to do is give your sacred yes. So if this is calling, if the classroom is calling, if something like this is kind of like sparking your interest, because let's face it, this is a timeline now, meaning going into this year, where you've done a lot of back work, okay? You've done all the pre-purging and all that. We've done it for eons, but even in this lifetime. So all of that is coming to an end now, because now what's happening is basically in the 2022 energies, you can actually see all of that back work show itself in physical form, but it requires you to turn up, and it requires you to claim that soul sovereignty. It requires you to claim that space. So that's basically what this year is all about and beyond. So if you feel that you have a body of work inside of you that needs to be birthed, if you already have a body of work and you're kind of like ready to just like take it to the next level, this is what my work is all about, and how I can assist you and hold space for you as you enter into the Egyptian energies and frequencies, especially in the temples and the gods and goddesses. So, this is it. This is go time. So I'm going to leave it at that. Do we have your sacred yes? And if that is a sacred yes, I urge you to get in contact with me. You can do it through this medium, through YouTube or on Instagram. I will also put my details in there so you can actually email, whatever. You do know how to get hold of me. Spirit will guide you. And we can jump on a no-cost Zoom call, and we can discuss where you're at, what you're doing, and kind of like align and get some kind of order in how you're going to process to your pathway of power. Okay, because that's my jam. That is one of my divine geniuses. I create pathways and I create platforms, meaning pathways bringing you through portals. So we clear all the density and the energy, but we bring into the light your gifts, your divine genius. You bring your blueprint online. So that's where it's all going to just be on fleek. And then we create another pathway going all the way through to the platform, meaning how do you land that? How does it look out there? Do you need to have a business that's in physical form? Do you need to write a book? What do you need to do? Do you need to start a bevy of clients so you can share your work? Whatever. That's what I do. So I take you all the way from the beginning, meaning probably the density, all the way through the rainbow, all the way down until you can land your business and go and live your best life. So yes, I look forward to seeing you on a Zoom call. So get in touch and we will chat soon. And I'm sure we will be vibing in Egypt, golden vibes. Peace.